Today on the Music Reel, myself, Michael and Mark will talk to you about the ideology behind what it means to build a night. So when we're putting on an event, whether it's a cover artist, whether it's a DJ, whether it's an original artist, a support, or your own show in your own right, it's all about how you create that event through the songs that you select and through the performance, through all of the ingredients that come together to make that show. So we'll start with Michael.
Hey peeps. All right. So building a night and building a night, basically you need to treat every single performance that you do like a show. When you go, for instance, to a festival, or you go and see a touring artist, for instance, or even a mid-level touring band, you'll see an hour show and you'll think, wow, that was great. It went up, it went down, it took me places here, took me places there. And you think that was great. But those things don't happen by chance. They're all planned out. They plan out the set. This is what we're going to do. The lights are going to do this. Backdrop's going to do this. All those different things happen for a purpose, and the purpose is to make you, the audience, go, wow, that was amazing. I want to come back and do it. So doing that type of thing throughout a 4-hour or a 3-hour show is something that you need to do, and it's something you need to take pride in doing. So I think a really important thing for cover artists, and unfortunately in the day and age that we live in with technology and things like iPads and iPad holders, as great as they are, I think that's one of the things that really hinders a lot of musicians these days. So the focus of you when you're out performing, when you're entertaining, is to engage the crowd, to get them to sing, dance, go to the bar and drink. Sometimes a full dance floor is amazing for you as an artist, but if you're playing and you look to the bar and there's no one at the bar, you need to do things within your set, play a slower song so they can't dance and jump around and go as crazy. Oh, I might go to the bar and get a drink, come back. So you've got to look at the bar and take note of what's happening around you. If you don't know the words to a song and all you're doing is looking down at words all night, automatically your focus is off what's happening around you. When you're singing and playing, I would rather sing a few wrong words in the night and be looking at what's happening rather than I sang every word perfect tonight.
Because no one knows, do they? No one is actually going to notice.
Generally, they don't. Words. Generally, they don't. And a really important thing about that is that when you're performing and you're actually looking at what's happening around you, looking at people, how they're reacting to different songs, finding out what the people in front of you are liking, you'll see things like feet tapping. You'll see people start bopping or they'll start singing. And when you find what style of music that they're liking, keep going towards that, build a rapport with them, take requests. Hey, what songs do you guys want to hear? And if you fall into traps of you don't know those songs, so hey, I'm going to put that on my list to learn. When you come back and see me next time I'm here, by the way, here's my Facebook, here's my Instagram, follow me so you know when I'm coming back. So you've done a bit of promotion with it as well. Then when they come back and they see you, hey, John's here, John likes song A, I'll play this. And instantly you're building a rapport, you're building, you're showing that you care about them, that you value them being there, and you start to build a following, you start to build rapport with people. So that when you are in places, you can focus on, not on just, oh, I've got to play right, I've got to play right, I've got to play right, I've got to read the words. Instantly, when you're doing that type of thing, you need, when your focus changes from just being perfect all the time to being someone that can entertain a crowd, you'll find the results at your shows will vary. Now, there's times where you've got to be the background guy in a restaurant, and there's times that you've got to be the loud, proud, if you're in a band or in a solo show where they want you to just go nuts. You've got to be able to tailor different shows. So playing different shows and different sort of sets and different ways that you can, tailor your show and tailor what you do to the people that are in front of you, and be willing to change it. Don't just write a set list and stick to the set list. Always leave room for, okay, they're not reacting to this, I need to change it. So be able to adapt your set and your songs to what's happening in front of you. And I think if you start doing that and focusing on view your show as an audience member and be critical of yourself in the way that if I was watching this, would I be bored right now? And work on different ways to engage the crowd, whether you get them to sing or you throw out a couple of tambourines. Probably don't do that, but do different things to get people involved in your show and find ways to involve them, because as soon as you've involved them, you've engaged them, and they're less likely to leave and go somewhere else, and they're more likely to come back and see you again, which is going to in turn, when we're booking you, a venue manager go, hey, it was great. The act turned up, they engaged the crowd, they got them singing, they got them dancing, send that person back anytime they want. So what you've done is you've invested time into your business and you've given yourself opportunity to keep working and to keep progressing in the musical career.
Beautiful. And see, now Mark's the go-to guy as the DJ when things aren't necessarily working with an event at a venue. We send Mark in. Mark, what is the secret? What is it that you do in order to rebuild a night at a venue?
Look, sort of going off what Michael was just saying then, I find it's, in the DJ sphere, it's delivered a little differently, but it's exactly the same philosophy. It's all about taking the you out of it and keeping the crowd 100% happy all the time. As Michael said, I find from a venue's point of view, having a DJ or a live actor, a band or a soloist, whatever it happens to be, that can understand the dynamics of a crowd is probably the most important thing to a venue. When I was first starting out in the DJ world, back before the 2000s, I got introduced to something called the Yoyo Principle, which I've held on to ever since. And pretty much the crux of it is, as Michael said, it's so fantastic to have an absolutely packed dance floor going nuts, enjoying themselves. But ultimately, if the bar's not turning over, the venue's not making the sort of money that they need to make, and you may look a little less, what's the word I'm looking for here? The venue may lean on other acts rather than you, because they know that they are going to get that turnover at the bar. So with the whole Yo-Yo Principle, the idea was to play 2 or 3 songs that are absolute killers, they're going to do the job, everyone's going to dance to them, and then flick a little bit of filler in there. So it doesn't have to be a shit song. It just has to be a song that, as Michael said, might be a little bit slower, it's not so in your face. It's a little more laid back. And generally when you do that, you will notice that you will lose a few from the crowd, but they will go straight to the bar to grab a drink. Yeah. And once they've done that, back into the killer, bring them back to the dance floor, and just keep sort of sending them to and fro all night.
And I think, just a quick point on that. You can be really strategic about how you do it as well. Once you're taking requests and doing things, you've got the crowd's engaged. Hey, you know what? Blah, blah wants this song. I know that most people don't like it. I'm going to play this song for them. While I'm playing this song, you guys go to the bar, grab a drink, think about a song you want me to play, and when you come back after I've done this song, I'll do your song. And then all of a sudden you get groups of people going, play my song. I'll go get a drink if you play my song. Mm-hmm. And build that. And then when you're going on a break and you're putting on break music and things like that, guys go to the bar, grab a drink, give some messages from our sponsors, say some fun stuff about you going on a break. You guys are wearing me out, I need to go and hydrate or something. And then, when you walk to the bar to get a drink, take people with you. Hey, guys, let's grab a drink. Not being irresponsible and not being silly, but creating that fun environment and those little things that keeps them engaged and keeps them not leaving because you're on a break and that sort of thing as well.
And that's the number one principle. The reason why we're all here is it's about the audience. It's not about us. It's not about the songs that we want to play. It's not about the way that we want to play them. It's about the audience. That's why we're here. They're paying for us as live music artists to create an event, to play the soundtrack to their lives. Whether it's a cover artist, whether an original artist, we are all playing the soundtrack to their lives. We are creating an event. So remember, the number one thing, it's all about them. And as Michael and Mark have said, involve them. Let's create an event where everyone's connected, because ultimately that's what you're doing. It's an energy exchange between you on stage and the audience off stage, and also the bar staff, the security, everyone that's there is there for one reason, and that's to create an event where everyone is having fun. So I hope that our little talk about building a night today has given you some ideas. We'll talk to you next time. Cheers.
See you guys.